I just see a topic I want to talk about. Mm-mm. Talking about now. I think I've been I have a list of things that I would like to talk about. I like to sequence my things, and it has to do with how can modern day parenting help to keep the culture alive, right? First, we need to understand what is culture. What is a culture? What is a culture, right? It's a way of life that is accepted like a tradition not just in a community, but within a wider space like a country, because the culture in Jamaica may be similar or different to another culture in another country. But norms and practices can be defined or just left to a smaller space, right? So, we'll look at some culture. Welcome to the live. Happy to have you. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for the thumbs up. I wanted to go. I was contemplating on going to do a walk outside, but guys, I had to put on a coat. I was out there today, and I think I will just brave it again this evening. But I said the later it gets, it's the colder it's getting. So I may have to do it early. And if I do it early in the morning, I may not get anybody much to be on the live. So I'm hoping. I see we're Friday or Saturday, we're supposed to have a little bit of warmer weather. So I would be expecting. I'm trying to put myself out there. But right now, I don't want to pick up any pneumonia or anything like that because the weather is so unpredictable. It looks as if it's not cold. When you just get in, start walking, you just feel normal, feel like you can manage. And you go a few steps, you have to get yourself warm up properly, And the winters look as if it's going to go down into April. But I just hope that we'll have a good time. We won't pine over it. Thank you for joining the live. As you see, I'm looking at how that girl Maddie. Hey, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, I understand. I understand, Maddie. I appreciate even if you check in. I know you can go back and look at the live too. I understand. That's why I say I try to. I did a live last night. I've never gone so late. I started. Thank you for the hearts. I went on about well after 9:30, going up to 10, and I came off after 11. And it made me so tired today, but it wasn't bad. It was worth it. Yeah, do your homework. I will be proud and happy if you do your homework. I would not be happy if you skip the homework and you get a low grade, and then mommy said, or you said no. So do your homework, man. And you can watch the live another time. So Pram, okay, Jamaica. Oh, so Pram, great. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Yeah, happy to have you guys. And when you come on, just push up the thumbs up button so the algorithm will show that we are really doing something over here. We're not just looking into space, right? I won't be long night. No, I won't keep you very long, right? Because I know people just coming home and they want a little time to relax. Or maybe somebody may have to go out to work, as one of my person just said, subscriber said that she has to go quickly. Yeah, I understand, right? Okay. Sonia, hi. I feel so bad. I feel bad, Sonia. I want to go and do a walk, but I am feeling cold. Outside has been cold all day. See me, I've on my sweater. So I say I would just go and walk a few chains, but you see this weather now? Thank you guys for joining the live. This weather, yeah, it's not, you can't play with it. You get sick. Hi, Foxy. Hi, Foxy. Welcome to the live. Happy to have you. You can't play with this weather because in the jiffy, your temperature, yeah, you can't pick up a pneumonia or something. So I have to say, even this morning when I stepped out, when I was going on the step, I had to turn back. Even though I had on this, I had to turn back and go and put on a better coat because Cash 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're laughing at me. I saw. And then get something warmer because, coming from a hot climate, even though I'm here where the body still has some heat, so we have to keep the body still warm enough because anything can happen. Can get sick badly and all of that. And I don't want that to happen. Okay, Cash. Hi. Okay. Okay. So as we are looking at, as we are looking at Suprank, as we are looking at now the cultures, right? How can these modern day parents allow their children, yeah, allow their children to learn the culture that is in the country? What are some of the ways do you think? Let's see, we can do a quick little talk, right? We won't be very long, right? Thank you. Hi, hi. What are so the first you got? I don't know, understand. Okay. Yes. How do you think the parents they need to do it more? For example, I think most of the times that it is left to the children, the teachers, the school, to teach the children about it. But doing it at school is one, but doing the practical thing more at home more often, you understand? I think it will more resonate with the children. So when they becomes an adult, it will be carried on. But if it is not done, they are going to see it as nothing, and then it will just die. That's my belief. I don't know, guys. You can share your thoughts too. It's going to die because culture is something that we need to maintain. We can't have a culture and it dies. So if we don't have a culture, what are we going to do? What are we going to showcase? Okay, we give up our culture and accept other people's culture. What are you going to do? You're going to become enslaved to their culture because that was not a part of your upbringing in the first stage. So what would you do? How are we to do some of these things to maintain it? I think within a home setting, it can be done within a family. It doesn't have to be big within a family, and then you can go out into the community. Communities can have plan events and have a showcase, right? For example, some persons, personally, I enjoy rather when puddings are made with the the zinc sheeting, right? The sheeting, we have the fire at the top and the pot, Dutch pot, and a little at the bottom. To me, those puddings are nice, nice. But yes, we have moved a long way now, so we put it in the oven. So the whole concept of the things that we would normally use before we come so far into, I don't want to say civilization, but before we have come so far, we have come a long way. Like if you tell a child to go and wash her clothes in a wash pan, no matter how small it is, it's like, no, they want to put it in a washing machine, even if it's not just one piece. They don't think they can just put it in a basin, and they don't think they can just put a little soap and do that. Right? You tell them to use a mop and wipe the floor. No, they have to go and use something else. They don't think they should use their hands and wash the dishes, right? So they think they should just load up the dishwasher if there's a dishwasher around. So the learning to me is going to lose out. Modernization. Thank you, Sonia. So that take away the culture totally. And if you notice too, if I may say, during, say, independence celebrations, I I know the times gone past when they have the big Independence Day celebration. They normally have mentor yard. We have see the different dances. Okay, even though you don't have kids, I understand. You see the different types of dances, kubina, quadrille, the different. You will see some booths with the different type of food that they would have prepared that was being done before. The dukunu and the blue draws and the different things, right? And the different things that they would use to wash and people used to go to river. They have one flat stone and they flag the clothes, and I don't expect us to still go back to those things. But I think we can still let them know. But one would say, why bother to let them know when it's not going to be a part of their living? But so we are preserving the culture. So when it comes to independence, what are we going to be celebrating? the date when the paper was signed for us to be independent, what caused it to lead up to the independence celebration? It has to be something. What is normally done? During independence, you find everybody wants ackee and saltfish. Or if they have anybody from abroad at their house, they want salt mackerel, they hunt the ackee and the saltfish and roast breadfruit, and they will, do a little of that and give them to carry. And then you have some people come and say they want the roast yam, but because it is not done in the home, they go on the street and buy the roast yam and the saltfish. Because they want to have a taste of it. When foreigners come to our country, they want to see what our culture is like. There were times when persons were moving houses. They would put the houses then, push them on bamboo and throw water and rum to wet the bamboo and slide the houses, no matter how the distance to take the house. Sometimes by the time the house reach the house half break up. I don't know if you guys ever seen something like that. Sometimes they push the house and put it on a little truck. And the truck, maybe, if it's a very, very far distance. But normally they use the green bamboo and they wet it with the rum. And they kept pushing and they saying, house, house, and pushing the house on the bamboo. Then they sing, 1, 2, 3, boy. Everybody push the house. They say, together, we push, together, boy. I used to like it, And then push the house for a good distance. And when the house gets like stubborn, and like they would get the bamboo, especially they use bamboos, and it's dry and the house won't move, they throw some rum because they claim that is the spirits in the house, and they wet the bamboo with rum, wet up the place and flash it on the house. That would have been board houses, And they push again, then the house start to slide, everybody start to run and push, and they get joke from it. True, it was nice. So when you have house moving, people would come and stand up there and watch it. It just go for a couple of hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And then they will go, you're from Brazil, happy to have you, happy to have you. I hope you subscribe before you leave. Anyway, and that helps people to, at the end, when they finish all of that, while they are moving the house, very early in the morning, you, happy to have me, man, they put on some big, it was not pot they use those time, It was a kerosene tin. You can ask the people about kerosene tin, a tin that the oil, cooking oil normally comes in tin from some foreign country. And they wash them nicely and put it on. But no, we don't use the kerosene tin because the oil comes in plastic. So they make some big tall pot now. So they put the thing on the fire with a lot of good burning. And they wouldn't really go and buy the things to cook, because they have it in the community and their farms. So whoever pig, or most time it's goat or pig, and they kill it and have big feasts, big eating. Whether or not to help push the house, when the food is ready, everybody is near. And nobody was miserable. Look at this video. Okay. This video I'm looking at now. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Sonia. All right. So, you get food. And they don't normally cook rice. The older people, I should say. They don't normally cook rice, Namben. Welcome, Namben. Happy to have you, Namben. Happy to have you. Welcome to the live. It's been a while. I've not seen you, Namben. Right, Sonia. I didn't want to go too far into old time things. But it just when I sat here, I just trying to think, and I said, our culture is not firing as I would love to see it go. And only when you go into the hotels, where the tourists are, you see some of the things, but you see, it's not displayed because the same things that they eat here, they have to provide it down there, And when it comes, Thanos, yeah, Thanos, I remember you. I've not seen you in a while. I guess you were busy. I'm happy to have you. It's just a short live. I'm happy to have you. Hope you're doing well. How was your day? How was your day, Thanos? Maybe go on. Right, Sonia, old time things. Maybe That's why I don't want to go in it because it's all time things can it's a wide topic. But it's just like I pick a piece of the culture thing and say, you know, the culture kind of going down. Love you too, Thomas. I hope you had a good day today. Hope you had a good day. You know, and it's easy for us to forget our culture and take up other. But looking at the parenting, the modern day parenting, no, modern parenting, I don't think they want to remind or teach their children about the cultures that do exist in earlier times. They don't. I don't even think they want to even remember because after a person, after what I've discovered, when these modern day parents acquire a certain educational level, they don't look back into the community for no reason at all. They just feel that they have reached now, so they move on. They don't remember the families and the friends that they had when they were living in the community or when they were younger, because they move away. I understand when some people migrate to a far place, so they don't have any more family there, maybe their parents died, so they don't have any link. But at least they can share with their children. I think so. But instead, no, you don't bother. You don't even show them how to warm up the rice on the fire, on the stove rather. Everybody put everything in the microwave. Everything is put into the microwave. Whether it's healthy or not, everything is microwave, right? Culture is going down. And when one would sit around the television in a living room and watch the movies together and talk about it and the expectations, it even going to the theaters to watch it like that too. People don't really go much again because what they can get it in their homes. So while some are watching this channel in one room, some others in another room can watch another set of channel, and then so every it just to me go like that. So you're boasting off on me. No, I don't have no grandchildren, no wonder me have to use this thing. Well, I grudge you. Yes, it's nice that you can tell them. I sometimes they look at it and tell us say it's boring. I try to tell my son, although he's a big young man, he said, oh, those times must have been boring. And I feel so bad. But to me, it wasn't boring. I think we enjoyed it. Was it that because we didn't have a choice? We enjoy it? I don't know, but I still think it should be maintained. And I think it's being lost from the upper level. Modern parents, modern parenting persons. I think it's kind of lost. I think it's kind of going away. So there won't be none. There won't be any culture after a while. It will just be a talk thing, but it's not real, not going to be practical. If it is not being done throughout, I think it's going to get lost. I think it's going to get lost, right? So that's my take on it. That's my take on it. I still think more needs to be done with the culture. Culture is why we can pick out specific things and teach them. And then when you teach them the different. Yeah, no say not wash by hand. They don't want to hear it if it's even one piece. If they take off a pair of socks and it smell and they want to wash it, they're not going to put any basin. A lot of home doors have those containers. Oh, But it is wild because to me the culture can be a way of survival. If I may say that, can be a way of survival. Because see, what if the machine broke down? You will not wash any clothes then. What if you're not living close to a laundromat? No clothes will be washed, you put it down. Or, as the adult, no, you'd have to be the one to sit and wash everything for everybody. Or they will quickly come and say, okay, the machine is broke, we're going to get one today. And they go and get one and replace it. So they don't get that experience of wanting to use their hands. All right? But we try, but I don't see it going. I see it going to get lost along the way. And the cultures that are more acceptable are the easier ones. And that's why I think most times children doesn't or persons doesn't communicate or want to share if you're having a discussion. They become quiet because they are now into a individual world where that's true. Everybody raises children differently. Yes, that's true. They're in an individual world where technology has taken over and it's playing a great role, and they are more drawn to it. It's more readily acceptable. It's quicker, and it's like that's it, you know. But people grow their children differently, and they grow them even to accept readily other people's culture than to even reinforce their culture. So when their children gets older and become adults, now they could pass it on. But you have these children now, they are coming up, they are not being taught, and they will not have anything to share, to pass on to their children. Because it would have, to me, that's my interpretation, guys. I could be wrong, you can tell me. It would have been lost, by the way. Have been lost. But what they say, all is not lost because some will, and you find, that these, sad to say, some of these cultures are maintained mainly among the, how should I put it? I don't want to say poorer class, but you know what I mean? Because they sometimes don't have a choice, right? I don't want to put people into class too. They don't have the choice, because even though not many homes have a washing machine, but quite a few persons know, because of the layaway plans that they can use to get access to own one. But you will not really find person with a dryer, right? So persons will get persons to come in for a day's work, and the day's work is not only to wash the clothes, but it's to clean the house, wash the clothes, and iron and cook. So they will not be in any hurry now to go and purchase a machine. So those persons will go about doing those type of chores now. They themselves have no choice but to still carry on the culture. You have persons who go and look sticks to make fire and cook their meals. And you have persons who will use the gas, and when the petrol is finished in the tank, the cylinder, they will use the coal pot with coal, because they may not be at a place where they can get the sticks to help to make the fire. Like here, you will not see anybody in the sticks outside making fire. So they'll have to have different preparation. And I like to roast my breadfruit outside on the fire. I don't like when it roasts in the house. I prefer, but so therefore now, when I'm at home, I go and get the coal, I go and look some sticks and roast the breadfruit. I like to smell it. It smells so nice. Fragrance up the place, right? Frying the fish, I like to go outside and, put it on the coal stove and fry it. Frying it in the house is too much. The entire place smells and it flash the oil and all of those things, right? So and put cocoa and yam and the coal and roast it and everybody taste it. And remember that there are many persons who have to eat that without anything. And we send their children to school and their children becomes successful. Although some of them become successful and move away from the community. So, and that's why again, when you grow at a certain level, growing up you sometimes feel embarrassed when going to school. And when you get older now, you don't want your children to experience, because to me, it's the lower class people them carry the culture more. To me, right? They still go to the river and wash, because where some people live, they don't have water in the pipes, because water is always not reaching some places. So they still pack their things, the clothes in the pan, and go to the river and wash and put them on the stone or whatever and dry it. Many times we have first children wash away in the water, or the clothes washing and gone with the pan. A lot of things, you know. So they are the ones to me who carry the culture. They go to the farm and they dig the yam holes, plant the yam, get the bamboos and wrap the yam vine. The different things, you have people who directly, only that alone they can do. When some know, because we can afford, we just go to the market and we buy. We don't complain, just buy it. You know, so it's just my thoughts I wanted to share. I don't know if how you guys feel about culture in your country where you're from. If it is booming still, or is it dying, or it is not so up as before. But I think in most countries, the culture it's about the same because persons are moving. They are migrating. They are moving from place to place. Some get married and some migrate for other reason. They're moving away. So you may find that after a while, that entire community doesn't have much persons there anymore. Everybody's gone to live elsewhere because they have water problems. There's not enough water in the pipe. They have to buy a big drum and pay persons to get water and pour in the drum. After a while, their children now is going to take them away from the community, and then that era is finished. So that community now is going to left with just shrubs and trees. People gone. So it just go and die off. So I think the same would have applied to other countries. I stand to be corrected. Guys, tell me what you think. As we have a few minutes, I have about 3 minutes more to wrap up. I'm not going beyond the half an hour. Right? Tell me what you think. Sonia has expressed hers and I understand. I appreciate it too. Tell me what you think about it, about the culture where you're at, your culture. Your culture. Is it booming? Is it stagnant? Is it not moving much? Does it make sense? What happens when you have traditional events? Anything happen? Nobody hear anything talk, nothing mentioned. What I do notice too, when we have these cultural events in our culture, people just gravitate toward either staying at home, do home chores, or go to the beach and relax with their family. So the whole meaning of the whole culture thing gradually gets lost. Mm-hmm. That's how I think it gradually gets lost. It gradually gets lost, but it has to be restored. It has to be maintained because it's the way of life of a people. And if we are going to be integrating and interacting with different nationals, when they go to your country, whether come to Jamaica, Caribbean country, wherever in the world, persons want you to take the kitchen. I've had that experience. Want to go to a person's home, they want you to cook some of the things that you cook at, and even if they come to your house too, you want to experience it. The Indians like to do their cuisine and whatever. You want to have a taste. You want to look at how they dress and what they do when they have certain cultural events. So you can assess how they maintain or the culture is dying. Right? So culture is important. It reflects our ancestral backgrounds. Whatever ancestors they are, it reflects it. And it reflects the hard work that they had done and had experienced during their time. Why it makes it easier for us now to abandon it or not to give it that high regard as we should. Because at the point, it's not regarded much. So it gets downplayed and low-keyed. And its importance is not felt to be much. You know? That's all I think, guys. And as I'm wrapping up, I'm not going past the half an hour because I know people have to go relax and put up their feet like myself and go cook some food to eat. And don't have anybody to go and give me some nice I would eat some nice hot blue draws, which is we call tail leaf. I've not had that in years, in a long while. And the corn, you put in the gravy on the top. All those little things I miss. Well, I do that here still, but I don't know things here because the coconut things here is different. Let me not specialize. It's different, and sometimes you just want the outdoor thing, outdoor cooking. Put the cold pot outside and boil the coconut milk, and get the custard and season it up, and maybe put a little bit of salt mackerel, a little bit of saltfish in it, mix it up, and have it for breakfast or with roast breadfruit for your lunch or something. It's something I kind of miss, like that fun, but we want to have a little life easier, and because of that, I think it contributes to our culture being weakened and compromised. Oh, we can't get up this morning to cook some bananas and callaloo. We just have some cornflakes and milk. So we move away from our regular. Okay, guys, thanks for coming on. I hope we have shared, and I hope we have learned something. I learned too. And I hope you have a good evening. Rest of the evening, I don't know what about later. Do you go back home anytime? I did last year, and I did not get any roast breadfruit. There was none. I got a few pounds of fish. That was not enough. And I didn't get any ackee, so it became so. In my ackee tree in my yard, it didn't bear when I was coming up the first time. When I went back a year after, it bear when I left the first year. When I went back a year after, it was not ready. And I only spend a week. So, and I love the sea, but I cannot swim. I would be in the sea from morning until night because I love the sea, but I cannot swim, right? And the sea is very relaxing. I stayed 6 months. Whoa, boy, don't bother with the 6 month business because I was thinking of doing it the other day, and luckily, maybe I should have then. But boy, I was thinking of doing it this time around, but boy, the way things have changed, I would love to go. I would love to go. But it's like you don't know what to do. You're caught between the wheel and the washer. And you just say, it's like you want to make a decision, but you don't know what to do because you don't know what to expect. So it's like right now, if somebody should die, God forbid out there, it's easier for you to send the money to give them than for you to go. Because one, if you go, when you go, they say, oh, I him have the money and I him come with the money if you do so and so. So everybody going to approach you. Did John come? No, he coming tomorrow. So they have it in their brain that you're coming to take over the funeral. So everybody you meet, you have to put something in their hand. And every night, up to the night after the burial, you have to prepare food. Everybody coming. It is stressing. You have everything. Yeah, I had, but I love ackee. I love breadfruit. I love it boiled. I love it roast. I love it when I roast it and fry it again. Something that I like. So and then the Caribbean store that I go to up here, I have to travel about 15 miles. And the only thing I saw there was the jackfruit. And you don't go there and see it often because the Hispanics, they buy it, they really go after those things quick, Quick. You have to go to the place. I went there Sunday morning and reached there about 11, and some of the things gone. All the snapper gone. They only have about 3 packs of porgy. People then buy the things. So you have to go there like as they open at 7. So you're in by 8:39. Because when I buy fish back home, I go to the seaside and I get it straight from the boat. I even have to make the fish more interesting. Put me on the boat like me helping the fisherman to push the boat out of the water, which means to say, must fix me up, right? So it is like that, It's like that. You some of the things, Well, you get green banana sometimes. I've not had callaloo since I've been here 2 years now. You're laughing at me because I'm a colorless lady, you know. I love color by itself or with anything. But you know, some things you give up to get a taste of something else. All right, guys. Sonia, I have to give you a buzz later. I have to. So, guys, enjoy the evening. Don't let me hold you anymore because when I see people on the line, you know, I'm a person, I don't want to go. I will find a way to stay because I feel nice. So, when I see you gone, then I say, oh, they have abandoned me. And I take my time and leave the life. So, I know you're not abandoning me, but I know guys have to go and do their little chores and get themselves organized. Maybe later, I don't know because I'm working hard on trying to get my hours. Wow, it's a task uphill, but I have to try. Okay, guys. Remember, those who are not yet subscribe to my channel on TDTV. Like and share the video. And make sure you put on that notification bell so when they hear the ping, you know that there's a video or Auntie D is going live. I'm hoping to do so maybe later. But I said, let me try now because I don't know what later may bring. Right? So have a good evening now. Enjoy the rest of the evening, guys. Mama. Bye. Whoa.